This just in, Phoenix police responding to a shooting near 16th Street in Northern. This is a history-making day across Arizona. Never before in our state have all teachers walked out like this. Cuéntanos qué me dijiste. If you pause for a second, you can see that huge wall of dust that's just coming straight towards us. Just looking at the damage, I mean, that could have seriously injured somebody. If we walk along here, you can just see how deep it is with the rain coming down still. And I'm actually standing in one of those homes that was destroyed by the tinder fire right now. You can see this was the garage here, and on the floor it's just coated with ash and debris. Phoenix police had to forcibly move a group of about 150 protesters back, even arresting one woman who was refusing to leave this area. Let's take you back really quickly to the moment of tonight's bombshell announcement. But first, we start with breaking news. Frontier Airlines just confirming with us a flight from Orlando to Phoenix was forced to make an emergency landing. Have you Googled your name lately? You might be surprised by what you find. New tonight, Joe lets you know how to erase all your personal information from websites that right now are just giving it away. This backpack here weighs about 25 to 30 pounds. Now, what happens is someone from the cartel back in Mexico will pay someone to sneak across the border with this. You just talked to your son?
Yeah,
okay. What did you hear from your son, ma'am?
He said that they're okay. He's okay. They're on lockdown.
You were actually in the water trying to save some of these people. Talk to me about that. This is where those choppers were landing during Harvey after the water rescues, with Arizona first responders on board. Here in the sun, the ground temperature is 140 degrees. But when you measure the difference here in the shade just a few steps away, it is 35 degrees cooler. There will be a vote to possibly censure Shooter. It's more than a reprimand, but falls short of kicking him out of his post. But a warning from the very top tonight, if this happens again, Shooter could be out of a job. Well, it has turned into the adventure of a lifetime. One Valley couple didn't even realize they were going on. You think of things here in Dubai, you think of anything larger than life. Oscar gave us another insider tip. He says when you're at the ceremony, there's a VIP area, and then in the VIP area, there's another secret VIP area, and that's where you see the real celebrities. Glendale police tell me they have a strong lead in this case, but so far, no arrests. And that's what makes it that much more difficult for Lori Gates' family. And also that much more heartbreaking. Now her mom tells me the only thing she wants this Mother's Day is for this case to be closed. Taken in the prime of her life.
I don't know how to live without my daughter.
And now Vicki Jones is left with the agony of losing her daughter, who was run over and left to die on the side of the road.
She didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this.
No, she didn't.
That's when Lori's family says someone ran her over and took off.
You left her there to die. She would have lived if they would have called 911.
A few hours later,
she was laying right here on her right side.
Wendell Whedon, a Lyft driver, spotted Lori on the side of the road, clinging to life.
She was gasping for air. I'm not the type of person that could leave somebody and let them die.
But that's exactly what someone did. Perhaps the most excruciating pain is what Lori's 3-year-old daughter is feeling. A little girl left with just memories of her mom thanks to someone's senseless act.
She keeps saying, can we go to the hospital and wake mommy up? And I can't because she's not there anymore.
It's okay.
And our hearts just go out to Lori's daughter, her mom, and the rest of her family. Now, we're told that there is a GoFundMe page, and the family is also hosting 2 car washes this weekend at Indian School and 77th Avenue. For more information on how you can help out, head to abc15.com. Reporting live in Glendale tonight, NickCiletti, ABC 15, Arizona. These teachers are hoping that some kind of a compromise can be worked out, but they also want to send a loud and clear message right to Governor Doug Ducey's office. They say it's not just about them, it's about the aides, the support staff, and most importantly, those students who they say are getting a raw deal out of this. A wave of red flooding the Capitol today, feet away from Governor Doug Ducey's office, as thousands of teachers, their supporters, and even their kids rallied for change.
They work so hard that they deserve to get paid.
And it's those students who feel the greatest impact, like fourth grader Graciela Martinez from Avondale, who says she's also worried about class sizes if the teachers don't get their way.
Some kids had to transfer because there are too many students in one class.
Other issues include per student spending and wages for support staff. That's why these teachers, some of them marching all the way from Chase Field, say the Ducey deal is no deal at all. The governor offering a 20% pay hike over the next 3 years.
He's not including everyone that it takes to make our schools work, and he's not supporting our kids the way that they deserve to. It truly does take a village, and the entire village is surrounding us today, and we are so incredibly thankful.
But not everyone here in the village is on board with that sea of support.
We need to provide an example for our students. If you sign a contract, you honor it. The great thing about teaching is we can renegotiate every single year.
Math teacher Patrick Thompson would rather be in school today and says the decision to walk out comes at the students' expense.
We're hurting the people who are powerless to do anything about it.
And Patrick, that teacher you just heard from, told me he really wishes teachers would have waited until the summer. That way, this whole walkout would have been less disruptive. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, what happens to those support staff members, the hourly workers? Well, turns out they're really the ones who could lose out in all of this. Steve?
Now to that exclusive, a Chandler man living a miracle tonight.
He was caught up in those same floodwaters that killed 9 people this weekend, but he survived. Only ABC 15's NickCiletti sat down with him to see how he was able to make it.
If I make it out of this alive.
Not knowing whether he'd live or die.
Why do you think you were scared?
I don't know.
It was a warm summer Saturday near Payson. Brandon West and his dog Lucky decided to go for a swim with a buddy.
Jumped in the waterfall, jumping off the log and stuff.
But with just seconds to react, that swim turned dangerous. Brandon saw this, a raging mix of water, ash, tree limbs, heading right towards them.
You make the wrong step, you get sucked under. You just pray you're making the right decision.
With his dog hoisted onto his shoulders, Brandon trudged his way through that black water, Lucky taking the brunt of it. Eventually, the current overpowered them, sweeping them downstream over 3 different waterfalls.
I was just so physically exhausted that I couldn't hold him anymore. He ripped from my arms.
Disoriented, banged up, and still in shock, Brandon somehow made his way to this rock. Moments later, realizing against all odds, Lucky was able to swim to safety.
I don't know how Lucky got out of it. We were in the bottom of that waterfall up there.
Even though holding on to Lucky might have cost your life, you were not willing to let him go.
I don't think so, man. That's my boy. Thanks, buddy.
Lucky living up to that name now more than ever. He's got a few cuts and bruises to match Brandon's, but nothing these two can't heal from. Brandon just wishes those 9 others had the same second chance they do.
I don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful for being alive, but I just wish they were too.
In Chandler, NickCiletti, ABC 15, Arizona.